you doing? I've talked to you about the 4 drone combination sets that I make. This is probably the most popular sets that I make now, is 4 drone small pipes. There is the 4 drones. There's the smallest drone, which is the alto. That will tune to D roughly 1 finger, and then it'll be C up by the hem. And if you take the plug out, I usually take the plug out and put that plug in. I just prefer the sound that it makes with the plug in, but the plug's not, it doesn't alter the tuning that much. It'll make it slightly sharper. That'll tune to E down here. The next drone, tenor drone, will tune to A roughly there, 1 finger, and G near the top of the lapping, up by the hem. The next drone is the baritone. That will tune to roughly 1 finger again, will be an E up by the hemp. You can see that, I don't know if you can see the hemp there. It'll tune to D, and quite often, not every set I've made, I've started putting in a little plug here that will give you an F for playing with C chanters. The bass drone will tune to A, roughly a finger and a half up above and a finger at the bottom. You'll get an A. And then the two, if you pull it out to almost the hemp, you'll get a G. That gives you a G tuning. The other tuning you get with the bass drone is you take the top off and you put that on, and it's about 2.5 fingers, roughly two fingers to sort of 3 fingers. You'll get a C. So that's it, the bass drone for the C chanter. The other tuning that you can get, I brass line all these, so they're all exactly the same. I was reaming them for a while, and then you get little warpings over time, just with expansion, contraction, with moisture. So it was like, to get the two tunings, to get the sort of piston, to keep the 2 tunings, I started brass lining it, which also means it's a lot easier to swap tops over as well. So there's other combinations if you wanted some other notes that you've got a potential of obtaining. I'll show you that with each chanter. So the chanter I've got in just now is a D chanter. So what I usually do to start with, they've got cane reeds in, so they take just a little bit of settling in. I usually find it doesn't take too long. It'll settle in within just a few minutes of playing, and then it'll well, sort of depending on temperature. The two things that I keep next to me for tuning up when I'm doing the actual tune up for each chanter, I always have a temperature gauge and humidity gauge. Humidity is quite important as well. I always try the humidity, when it drops below 40%, then I start to get worried. But I'm up on the west coast of Scotland, so I don't usually have any problem with that. The other thing that I keep running, if you could see it, is a tuning app on a phone, and I've got my pressure gauge as well, to make sure that I'm blowing at a very, very steady pressure. I'm not kidding myself on with the tuner. It's like the pressure gauge and the tuner work together. But when you start up, the chanter most chanters will be flat, providing if it's the other thing I meant to mention about the temperature. Orchestral tuning temperature is 20 degrees. So I set it up at 20 degrees. My pressure is at 40 millibar and A440. I think actual orchestral tuning is A439 for some reason. Anyway, it's A440 for us, and so it's like you would blow for a tune, and I would expect it to be flat. So it's a case of you can either blow with any drones or anything. We're just keeping a tuning app sort of running. It gives you an idea of where you are with as far as concert pitch is concerned. Because one of the things that you get with small pipes, if you could, I hope I can see these two together, is the fluctuation you get with pressure. So if you're not blowing steady, you're not going to be in tune. You've got an opportunity to have quite a wide range within your tuning. So it is sort of it's one of the real sort of crucial things with this. It's not like Highland pipes or there's some other pipes that with conical bores that seem to come in. It's either they don't blow at all. They're cut off, or else they're in sort of in tune, so you don't get that wide range. But with small pipes, you do get a wide tuning range. But you get used to where it's actually sitting. But for usually sometimes for tuning up, if you've not got a fiddler or a pianist or an accordion player to give you an a tuning app's not a bad thing, or a tuning fork, or use something whatever you've got. So the best bit is to tune to the. To think of it as, rather than notes, because you can interchange each chanter, it's a good idea to think of firsts, second, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, seventh, octaves, and note above the octave. So that's the best way to think of it, rather than always thinking what the actual chanter you've got is. So it's like this is a D chanter. So what I would, for tuning up, I would start on a G, and I would tune the little drone, which will tune to D. You just hear it coming in, and then check it against the tonic. So you get the alto drone is the small drone of tuned to D, about one finger, plug in, plug at the end off, and then you get the baritone, you get a D as well, so that's two Ds you're getting. You get an opportunity just to stop it on your knee to see how much you're in tune. But that's just the two drones going, which is really nice. You find just with the two going together. The other thing that sometimes my ears are sort of are going as I'm getting older, and I'm sort of struggling with frequencies. The other thing, it's a really good tip. If you get the bag and fold it over crease it, put your hand over, grip it, and then you can. And then you can hear, you can tune the drones without the chanter going. It's mainly for bass drones. I sometimes struggle to try and hear, so sometimes I've got to knock the chanter up. So the fun of sort of small pipes and drones is it's like two basic tunings. Is you've got your tonic and the octave for the bass and tuned to the tonic you get that really nice Northumbrian sort of type sound when you've got the baritone. So on this it'll be the tenor, so that'll be tuned to a fourth or a fifth. So the fifth is one finger down, so you get the. So that's an A and a D. So that's the when you get a D major triad, and then the other option you've got is you can tune that the tenor drone. You'll get a G out of that, so you can get a fourth. So that's that's your sort of standard tunings for the D chanter. You do have other options that you can do. You can tune to E minor, which is quite nice as well. It's nice playing with the E minor's quite nice. So that gives you an idea with the D chanter. Thanks.